What's up, YouTube? This your boy, the Chocolate Bay. You guys, a quick video, as you guys already what? No. Okay, I was just perusing the YouTube streets last night. I couldn't sleep, so got a notification regarding TashaK, and I'm watching her video, and this woman is on there trying to blame y'all, literally, Jaguar Wright. And what gets me with TashaK, Jaguar Wright is speaking on her pain, what she went through, the music industry, things that happened to her, things that she saw, she heard, she witnessed. And TashaK is sitting there trying to tear this woman down, calling her a liar. Now, mind you, her mentee, Stormmonroe, had already interviewed Jaguar Wright several times before, y'all. He even mentioned that he wanted to continue interviewing Jaguar Wright. You could tell even Jaguar Wright mentioned it, as well as Storm, that him and Jaguar had some type of kinship, relationship. They were cordial and they enjoyed each other. Nonetheless, Tasha being greedy, because Stormmonroe on that first video, y'all, with Jaguar Wright, he had, I think, 1.1 million views. Now, TashaK, her ego, trying to be malicious, trying to get the shine on her, went behind his back and interviewed Jaguar Wright. Now, I watched the interview Tasha did with Jaguar Wright last week. TashaK seemed like she was prowling through the girl's personal life. She was asking her about how many times had she been raped, molested, sexual abuse, sexual trauma, and I just thought that was very nasty and just hateful. I know in the past Tasha has spoke about issues she's been through regarding trauma when she was a child. But to sit there and sort of malign this woman, prowl through her business, her personal life, try to make her sexual trauma, her past, very insignificant, very judgmental and condescending. I thought it was very nasty, and I didn't think TashaK would even stoop that low. Like, I was watching, I was very disappointed that she would even go that low. And then while watching her last night, TashaK is trying to tear this woman down and discredit her completely. And even watching, I'm like, TashaK, did you speak to allegedly Alicia Keys or a celebrity? You even mentioned it's been word out there about a bounty being on Jaguar's head, but you were trying to prowl, get out where she lived, her address, just all different type of stuff, and just trying to tear her down. And as a black woman, Tasha, that has experienced trauma, abuse prior or in the past, to sit there and try to malign this lady, calling her a liar. And I just think that, I'm just like, wow, Tasha, is it that significant? Is it that bad internally to where you have to tear someone down, this woman? Why? I just couldn't get that. And you're supposed to be pro-black woman, but with Jaguar Wright, you were not. You were trying to tear her down and make her look bad. And also your mentee, Stormmonroe, I almost trying to tear down his credibility and hers. Like, the interview was a flop. She's not telling the truth. She's lying. So what is going on with you, Tasha? I mean, I remember when you first got started, you were very candid, honest. You talked about real life issues. You were very humble, personable. Now you seem like the only thing that matters is ego, clicks and views. As long as your numbers shoot, as long as you go viral, that's all that matters. And you're calling a woman a liar. Really, Tasha? You have, according to you, Tasha, you've admitted that you receive messages on IG and other sources as well that you don't even verify. Lies. You just put out a lie regarding Cardi B and Offset a couple of days ago. A couple of days ago, Tasha. So I just couldn't believe like how malicious and just deceitful you could be. But you want to malign her and her character when she's speaking her truth about her past, dealing with celebrities, sexual trauma, sexual abuse, and you just scrutinizing. What about believing a black woman when she talks about her pain and her trauma and what happened in her past? But you just wanted to tear her down. Then last night I saw where you mentioned that you have a Patreon, that you were gonna put her family's background. You did a background check on them on Patreon. Certain members had to pay for a particular tier. I think $14.99 to $15.99. I just thought that was malicious. So why try to dox somebody, Tasha? Why try to be malicious and put this woman's personal life? You mentioned her child. you mentioned her trying to allude to, well, she did mention having issues regarding emotional issues or psychological, like a mental illness. But why try to malign her and make her look like a liar, that she's not telling the truth? It almost seems like you had a game plan. I don't know if someone talked to you prior or what, but I know for a fact, Tasha, I think you lost maybe around 5,000 subscribers. So many of your people were not pleased at all with your behavior, how you question a woman, how they feel like you denigrated her, how you maligned her character. Many of your people were not happy with what happened. And instead of you taking the L and being like, well, dang, that was a bad interview, I shouldn't have went there, I shouldn't have said that. You got on there, you try to discredit her, tear her down. It was a tactic. Your mentee had already did well with interviewing her. Why did you, Tasha? I don't get that. To me, it's just crazy. But I wish you the best, but your spirit has completely changed. You've become very dark, very nasty. I mean, the way you were questioning her about her sexual past and things that she's been through and uh, rapes and child molestation, it just, I don't know, it just made me just think differently about you, and it just made me, you know, a nasty taste in my mouth. I just couldn't imagine being so malicious and just nasty to people. But I hope you get it together, Tasha, because that wasn't cool. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. And then you undermine Storm. He already did very well with her. They have a rapport. They have a relationship. Your input, that interview was not needed. It wasn't needed. To me, you're just trying to, you don't want to get on here, to be real, and accept that you didn't do well on that interview. It was a flop. It was in bad taste, bad judgment. You were very condescending. Just admit it, Tasha, and let it go. You take your L, baby, and let it go. But to try to malign her and throwing Storm in there like he didn't do his job well, or he interviewed a liar, or he was going with a lie, I don't think that's cool. It just shows what people do when they get clicks and views, fame, fortune, money, that they will go to any depths, any brevity to try to degrade a person, tear them down when it's not needed. I don't get that. I don't get that, Tasha. Like, I was just shocked. I was like, wow, you're going to try to tear this woman down now. Now, according to you and other people, she has a bounty on her head. But you try to make her look like this mental illness patient that's lying on celebrities. She's just going on telling tales. You wanted people to prove this, what she says. Then put up her family's background. And you mentioned her husband had something with allegedly checks or something like that. But that was just nasty. And when you go to that depth, something is internally, mentally wrong. Why? Why? Are you working with celebrities to try to discredit her with what she's saying? Or because if you put doubt in somebody's mind, baby, it will spread. It will spread on the other people. So why? What was the cause of this? I don't get it. But I hope that this was worth it, Tasha. You are losing subscribers, and you act like you don't care, baby. You care, because that interview you did tore you up, like the backlash that you received. Like you know that it was not good. Storm had already did very, very well, but to me, it was just an ego thing. You want to trend, you want to trend, you want to get back to where you were prior. So you thought, well, let me go and undermine him and try to get the shine. And you see the clicks and views Storm is getting, because Storm is doing very well off this. And to me, according to you, Tasha, you said, oh, I don't want to interview her. I think you thought that the interview wouldn't go anywhere. But when you saw them numbers, baby, you was like, oh, dang. Let me get into this. Let me get into this. But I just thought it was very nasty and very distasteful how you approached her regarding stuff, then try to discredit her. Tasha, it was your fault. You did not do well. But then try to go on Patreon, make people pay, plus put up her and her family's uh, criminal history or background. It's just very nasty. Very nasty, Tasha. Your spirit has completely changed. I don't know if you were paid off by a celebrity, but baby, somebody paid you. But to go that low, why? When you made a mistake, why, Tasha? Why? 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 I don't quite get it, and I don't understand you and your thought process. But Why go so low when it's an issue that you messed up on? This was all on you, baby. You messed up. You messed up. Take your L, Tasha. Stop being so mean and malicious. You had opportunity to apologize to her, but you didn't. But peace and blessings, y'all. Comment below or don't. Peace.